Hello friends and not your friends, Wagwan, what's up? Hope all is well. Today we'll be doing a healthy and hearty delicious side dish meal prep. It's all veggies, it's all full of nutrients, and it's the perfect way to start your week, and you can use these to balance out your other main dish meal prep. So the first one is a rustic roasted zucchini with carrots and tomatoes. Cut them in half and cut them nice and chunky. And all you have to do is the same thing with the tomatoes. Cut those in half and cut them nice and chunky. Because these are going to be roasted. And once they're roasted, they do shrink down a bit, so you want them chunky. For the carrots, you want to roll it and cut. Roll and cut. Place these on a parchment-lined baking tray, and you want to make sure you spread them out evenly so they can get a nice roasted crust right there. If they're on top of each other, you won't get that nice roasted crust. Then you're going to go in with the seasonings on screen. The next veggie we're going to be doing on the right side of the tray. This is the perfect way to get everything done in the shortest time possible. We're going to go in with one head of broccoli, and we're going to cut that up. With the stem of that broccoli, we're not going to waste it. We paid for all of it, we're going to use all of it. Okay, so you want to chop that up, make sure it's nice and chunky also, and then you add your seasonings that are listed on screen. The seasoning are pretty much basic and simple, but the most of the flavor is going to come from the roasting of the veggie. Then you're going to add a 1 tablespoon of olive oil to both and bake at 375 until tender but firm. Tender but firm. You don't want overcooked veggies, you want tender and firm veggies. Number 3 is Korean pickled cucumbers. These are really delicious and they last really long in the refrigerator. You want to get 1 English cucumber, cut it in half and cut that half in half again. Then you want to slice those in pretty thick chunks, because once you add your flavors and your sauces, they're going to shrink down. Then you're going to add 3 stalks of scallion. Then we're going to slice half of an onion, add that to the dish. Go in with 3 tablespoons low sodium soy sauce, half a tablespoon sesame oil, 1 teaspoon oyster sauce, 2 tablespoons gochujang, add that to the dish, half a tablespoon sugar for a nice balance, mix that in really well, and add as much everything bagel seasoning as you like. This salad is so delicious and so versatile. I've had it with so many dishes like this creamy ramyun that I made from scratch using basic household ingredients that cost only $33. And I used that $33 to make a bunch of food meal prep for 2. If you're interested to see those recipes, hit that subscribe button and stay tuned. So number 4 side dish is honey mustard potatoes. You're going to cut those potatoes in chunky. It's 1 pound potatoes. You're going to add these chunky potatoes to boiling water, add salt to taste. You're going to cook these potatoes until they're fork tender. We want firm potatoes, not soft. Once your potatoes are finished, you're going to set them aside to cool or run it under cold water like I did if you want this thing to go really quick. You're going to add those to a tablespoon of oil. I won't be leaving the exact measurements for the recipe because I do have a video link to the recipe. So I'll leave a link somewhere on the screen and you can just follow the exact measurements. Potatoes are one of those comfort food that no matter how you cook it, it always hit that good comfort spot. But for some reason, whenever a person's on a diet, they always tell people to avoid potatoes like it's the plague. But I've learned it's a matter of how you prepare it and when you eat it. It's best to eat your potatoes once it's been in the refrigerator, because once it's been sitting in the refrigerator overnight, it goes through a process called retrogradation, where the molecules in the potatoes change and it doesn't allow your body to absorb it as much as it would if you ate it straight from cooking. Side dish number 5 is the simplest and the easiest, but I think it's the best tasting one. It's deep in flavors, it's rich, it's buttery, it's creamy, and it's just simply butter roasted kabocha squash. You're going to get your kabocha squash. They're in season right now, which makes it really cost effective, and it's going to make it taste even better because once the fruit is in season, it's much more rich and much more flavorful. So you're going to get your kabocha squash. You want to make sure you cut those in nice chunks using sharp knife. My knife wasn't really sharp. You want to make sure your knife is sharp or you could hurt yourself. And you're going to get those, chop those up and add it to a skillet with butter. 1 tablespoon of butter is good enough, and all you're going to need is just a pinch of salt. You're going to add the salt, add a bit of water just to make sure you get that one side cooked. Once that one side is cooked and the water is evaporated, you're going to flip it over and add more water and make sure the other side is cooked. Once both sides are cooked, you see that nice brown caramelization, and I added a little bit of walnut just to add a nice depth, extra flavor. You don't have to add the walnut, but the walnut did add a nice little crunch. And there you have it, guys. 5 simple yet delicious side dish meal prep that is the perfect way to start your week out and to balance out your other meals. It's chock full of nutrients that will make you look good from the inside out. And I do hope you guys subscribe and let me know what other videos you want to see. Stay tuned for more meal prep. And if you guys made it all the way to the end of this video, you're now my best friend. Hi, best friend. Thank you.